Now we're doing question 2 on 5.6, and we have to graph over 2 periods y equals 3 sine of pi x, the quantity pi x minus 2 plus 5. So the amplitude is 3, and now let's find the period and the phase shift, and we'll worry about the vertical translation later. So pi x minus 2 equals 2 pi. So adding 2 to both sides, we get pi x equals 2 pi plus 2. Now dividing through by pi, we get x equals 2 pi over pi plus 2 over pi. And the pi's divide out, and we get x equals 2 plus 2 over pi. And this 2 over pi is our phase shift. It's an irrational number because we're dividing through by pi, which is irrational. And the 2, that's our period. So we're going to complete one cycle in 2 units. Now the problem is this phase shift, 2 over pi. So 2 over pi, when you run that through your calculator, equals approximately 0.64. And it'd be nice to get a very friendly number to work with. Well, that is approximately 0.6 repeating, which equals 2/3. Then we're going to claim that the phase shift equals approximately 2/3, and that will make our work a little easier. Okay, now on to question 2 again. Let's graph it. We already know, as we've said, that the amplitude is 3. The phase, or the period, equals 2, and the phase shift equals approximately 2/3. Now the next order of business, let's just draw some very general sinusoidal curve. Okay, and let's draw a center line to that curve. Now, if there was no phase shift, our vertical axis would start right here. But there's been a phase shift of 2/3, so I can move this ahead, the whole graph ahead 2/3 of a unit, or we can move the graph or the vertical axis back 2/3. And keep in mind that since the period is 2, then the distance from here to here is 1. Each x-intercept, the distance is 1. This isn't the x-axis, but each intersection with the center line is going to be 1 unit. So I'll go back 2/3, and that'll put us about right there. So now, moving the vertical axis back 2/3 units corresponds to moving the graph ahead 2/3 units. Okay, now let's take care of this center line, the vertical transformation, and we raised that center line up 5 units. And then our amplitude is 3, so 3 plus 5 is 8, and 5 minus 3 is 2, and now we can draw our x-axis. Okay, 2 units to here, another 3 units to 5, another 3 units to 8. Now, let's take care of labeling the period. So we go 2/3 from here to here plus 1/3, and that means 1/3 plus 2/3 is 1. 2/3 to here plus 1/3, and 1/3 and 2/3 and 1/3 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. And notice, we've completed one period. Let's do it again. 2/3 plus 1/3 is 1, and 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2/3 plus 1/3 is 1, and 1 plus 3 is 4. And there we've graphed it over 2 periods.